Welcome back to another airport review. This is V1 Aviation here. This is going to be the late February, I think, review. And then I don't know how the early March one's going to start off. It might be middle March. I don't know how it's going to start off just yet. But I'm hopefully going to take time to cover, and see, this is late at night. I usually do these at night. But I'm going to take time to cover all of these and hopefully, like, their airlines and their, improvements. And then, other than that, we're going to be getting in right to this. I'm probably going to be saying a lot of ums and ands today. But, hopefully, we have a good day today. This is going to be early morning, so I think we're going to do, like, I think this is going to be, like, 5 to 6 a.m. or 5 to 7 a.m. But this is not all the departures, so let's go and get into this. So first up today is this American A321neo, heading out for the 3X daily route to, Phoenix Sky. And we'll be returning and heading to Dallas. Some new service that we have for American is currently, if I'm correct, I don't think we have any more service for American. We have service for American Eagle though, so I'm gonna do American Eagle next, and then we're gonna do the rest of these. So next up over here is this E145. That is, I think this one is heading off for Shelo for the Shelo Regional for the 3X weekly route. The routes that we have added for 1 and 2X daily is St. George, Zion National Park Airport, Reno, Fresno, Tucson, if I'm correct, Redding, San Luis Obipso, Fresno, Carlsbad, Flagstaff, Missoula, Spokane, and Pasco, tri-counties. And I think we're expecting to see more, but those are all that we have as of right now, and that's it. But this E145 right here, like I said, it's going off to Shelo, and it's going to be returning and heading off for the Pasco tri-counties. Then right down the line here, we have this United Max 9. This is headed out for, I think if I'm correct, the 2X daily to LA. This is the added new service on the Max 9 now. And they still keep the 700 and E service, I think, because that E service was added during January. New things for United. Sorry about the camera. New things for United here. You've got more, if I'm correct, we're getting more Star Alliance partners at this airport. So now we're counting in for Swiss Airlines starting sometime in March. I had it scheduled for March 28th because I didn't know when it was going to be ready. But I think I'm going to schedule it. I think I'm going to keep it that time or maybe earlier. But March is going to be most, so anything for March, we don't have anything for March. The only thing we have is a 2X daily to Seattle starting May 5th, 2026. And Las Vegas with the 2X daily starting May 5th, 2026. Right now we have Rome paused. Vancouver is now operated by Air Canada. So no more on United. Calgary has ended. But we're still keeping Honolulu, London, Paris, Toronto, Boston, San Diego, Honolulu, New York, Houston, Bush, Denver, LA, San Fran, Chicago, Washington, Dulles. And we got our 3X weekly scheduled for Rome and Vancouver. But that Vancouver is operated by Air Canada now. So we're going to see some changes with the Air Canada stuff around here. They're growing around here, and United's somewhat growing very slowly though. So we'll probably see a good thing by United by 2027. We've already got some wide body flights. We've got an expansion to okay, well, we have London. I think we're getting a Frankfurt with United soon, or Munich. So that will be a good thing. It's just a rumor that's been spreading around on the websites. It's not confirmed yet. And then down the line here, we have Breeze for an intersection departure. This one's heading off for the early morning flight to Provo. So I'm gonna go ahead and read what's going on with this. Also, this plane will be coming back and then making its way out to Norfolk tonight. Breeze has we're keeping the 3X weeklies to Windsor Locks, Norfolk, Raleigh, Durham, Providence, Islip, and Tampa. 1X daily to LA. That is ending February 28th, 2026. So just I think next 1 week we'll have that ended here. And then keeping Charleston, keeping Las Vegas, and then 2X dailies are saying the same for Provo and Santa Ana. Nothing new coming around here. I know they just started international routes, but we don't have an international route for them. I think Norfolk, Raleigh, and some other airports have it though. So not us, but some other. Breeze is keeping it low here. They're supposed to expand around 2024, I think, but the plan's going to go out right now. I think they're just keeping what they have. It's a small thing here. Then down the line is Air New Zealand, but this one's a charter, but technically not. This is heading out for Auckland via, I think, Honolulu and maybe, I think, Nandi. But this used to operate, but they're doing some test flights right now, and they're going to be opening test flights for passengers, I think, for a really expensive cost. It's going to be like a tour in a couple months now, but we don't have any confirmed of them coming back. It's just a test as of right now. If they do come back, we can either see them on a 777 or we can see them on the 321neo to Auckland still. It's going to be a very cool service to have, but very weird at the same time. And then this Porter Dash 8 here arrived in from Vancouver early this morning and is waiting for another plane to leave the gate. But the service now is 3X weekly to Vancouver for them. They're still making a profit. I think they used to talk about bringing the E2, never saw it though, so maybe something for the future. Other than that, we're still on departures. So this is going to be a long video, maybe 25 minutes, maybe, I hope not. I want to get to bed. And down the line here is this United 737-700 heading off for San Francisco for an early morning flight. And we'll see this tonight, and this will head off to Chicago tonight around like 7 p.m. And then for this Allegiant Max 8 down here, this one is heading for its 1X daily to, if I'm correct, hold on, Asheville, North Carolina. A lot has been moving with Allegiant here. It's a weird scenario though. So I want to get to the point that I was talking about a lot has been moving with Allegiant. We've got 1X dailies to Medford, Orlando, Sanford, Cincinnati, seasonal to Stockton, Phoenix Sky Harbor, seasonal, Asheville. And then 2X daily, we have Las Vegas, Phoenix Mesa, Austin, and Nashville. Nashville would be 2X weekly, I think, when it first starts off, and then head to 2X daily if they get that. That's not starting to April 2026, though. So this one's still heading off for Asheville. They've been a weird under just their airline this year. Other than that, nothing much going on with them. I think we were talking about I think we're only seeing the MAX now. I think they're talking about bringing the 320 in. And then the Spirit right here is heading off for New York LGA. I think it's sad that these planes are sitting in Goodyear, Arizona right now with tape all over them because they're not being used, I think, as of right now. And it's sad because, I mean, I know we've joking about being a yellow banana, but it's a pretty plane, to be honest. I'm glad to have two at the airport. I'm glad to have a pretty small, but we get a lot of service from them. But right now, this one's heading off for Dallas. This is a 2X daily service. The only over 2X we have is LA, Las Vegas. We have a 3X weekly to Fort Lauderdale and a 1X weekly to New York LGA. And we're hoping to see more from them. I think right now we have a chance of Chicago, I think. I think Chicago is starting May 25th, 2026. Now starting at the new expansion, we're going to work our way around today. So this is an American Eagle. Hold on, this one is heading off for, this is a weird flight, but Houston IAH here, Houston Intercontinental, which also known as George Bush Airport. This plane will be heading back from there and heading off for, if I'm correct, Carlsbad. And this is some new service going on here, weird, but we're like to see it. more service, more money. You know how it works around here. This American Max 8 right here is heading off for, if I'm correct, this is another weird service. This one comes in on a weird time of day, but this is a 3X weekly to Raleigh, Durham. It's kind of a weird day of a flight. Usually these leave around mid-morning. It's around 11 a.m. But this one's leaving at 5 a.m. now, and I think it's landing in Raleigh around I think around 1 p.m. So if right with the London flight at Raleigh. If this was summertime, this was winter times, which it is right now. It's going to be landing with, I think, most likely either the Airline or Frankfurt service. And then right beside it is the One World 737-800. This is heading off to Chicago O'Hare for its, if I'm correct, 3X daily to Chicago O'Hare on the 800 and the A321U. I know you don't really see much American action, but if this, let's say the airport's really, you'd see American plane every 5 minutes. I think they said were the calculations to average. But this is a cool plane to have here. This is the One World livery. No changes with American as usual, but this will be heading off for Chicago, coming back, and then headed for if I'm correct, I think it's Missoula. I think they get like a 1X monthly on the 737-800 sometimes. So it's really just a occasion service. And then the Alaska down here, a lot of stuff's happening with Alaska, I think. We have a 2X daily to San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Washington. For 1X daily, we have Washington Dulles, Washington National, Anchorage, Juneau, New York EWR, New York JFK, Boston, Phoenix, and they have announced a London service. We don't know if we're getting it, but they said there's a slight chance, and was supposed to start around now, but it's been pushed back to fourth quarter of 2026, so we don't know when we're seeing this, if we see it. And then the first inaugural flight of this video is the Avianca A320. This is going to be heading off for Bogota, and tomorrow it's coming in for 3X weekly to San Jose. I think that's Costa Rica. That might be wrong. I had to do a whole research on the route base, but this one's heading back from Bogota. This just came in earlier on its first flight. Not much people were here to see it though, but they're having a little bit of a celebration right now before they leave, so it's kind of getting boarding a little bit earlier, and we'll I think we're going to have more Avianca service here, hopefully maybe a 7-8 in the future if we get lucky enough. And then this WestJet 737-800 down here, y'all see this one a good amount. This one is heading for Ottawa, I think. No, this is not the Ottawa service. This is the Edmonton service. This is a new one that just started. But now we're going to be seeing more of the 700 than the 800, maybe the MAX soon, but I think right now it's scheduled, if we get another plane after 700, it'll be the Dash 8. But for WestJet, we have 1X daily to Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, and Ottawa, and then 3X weekly to Edmonton. So right here is this Lufthansa A350. This is usually never a morning route, but this one arrived in around midnight. Now it's been knocked up to 2X daily to Frankfurt and Munich, so we'll have 2 flights to Frankfurt a day, and then 2 flights to Munich a day. So this one's going to be the early morning service to Munich. We'll have another service on the same A350 most likely to Munich tonight. And then, or no, it's going to be a different A350. That wouldn't work. And then we're going to be seeing a Lufthansa, another A350 coming in from Frankfurt, leaving out, and then a 747-800. So a lot of Lufthansa here. And like I said, the Star Alliance partners are really growing here. We have Avianca, Lufthansa, now Swiss. Other than that, I don't know if any more that we have, because I just don't think good like that. You know, we have United. But other than that, we really don't have much Star Alliance partners here right now. We have, we have Japan Airlines on the One World, which you usually don't see a lot of One World except American here. But this is another good service to have. We're really excited about this. This little small service too. And then over here is the
Boliviano de Aviación.
A330-200. New service too. This is inaugural. Came around the same time the Avianca A320 did. And this is new service to 1X daily on BOA to Santa Cruz to Vera Vera Airport on the A330-200. I don't think BOA has a lot started in America. I think they only fly to Miami and Dulles right now. And Dulles they technically don't directly fly to. They fly via Panama on the 737-800. I don't know why they did it like that. Also, sorry about me using Google Translate there. I spent hours trying to figure out how to say it, and I still can't get it right. Plus, I don't take Spanish. And then this United 767 over here, I think this is, don't even start saying 67s, which I think y'all are mature enough not to. But, this 676 right now is heading off for, I think if I'm correct, this is a York EWR service. And this will be flying back and then heading to Dulles. And for the United 787-8 here, pretty much the same thing, just different. So this one's heading off to Dulles, flying back, and then heading off to Newark. So there's two different airports, and they're just switching the airports around. And then right here is the Air France A330-200. This is going to continue service just to a different airport. This is heading off for St. Martin Airport, very famous airport. But this is new service that we're getting. Let me check real quick. I think it's 3X weekly. Air France. I can't find them. Oh, 2X weekly to St. Martin. But like I said, new service here. Most likely can stay. This one leaves in the morning now instead of the afternoon, and it arrives in St. Martin about 3 in the afternoon. I think it's a pretty crazy flight when you really think about it. And then down the line a little bit is this American Oneworld 777-200ER heading off for Charlotte Douglas. We'll be flying off and then heading off to Kalhihue, which I think either Maui or I think that's Maui, or that might be the big. I don't know. I don't know my Hawaiian islands like that. And then down here we just had the jetway disconnected for a canceled flight for this American 777-300 that was supposed to head out to Dallas, but it's being rescheduled now, and hopefully they can fix it in time for the London flight tonight. But I think the Dallas passengers are going to be rebooked on another 777 heading in, but they're either going to have to ferry this over somewhere, because we don't have the service areas over here unless I build some soon and take out the other runway. But it's if they do a service here, if they can, just like right at the gate, this one will be heading off to London. If they can't, they're going to be finding a replacement for this aircraft. And over here we got the United Express heading off to, I haven't updated the regional routes for these, so I need to add these. But just for the sake of it, just for everything stays good, this is going to be heading off for, weird flight, but it is a thing. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry about that. My PC won't turn off, and it's been like an hour, and it turns off after 30 minutes. So I was just doing some stuff on it, and I was just trying to figure out stuff there. But this is heading to Denver, not weird service. It's this one right here who's not going anywhere because I don't have anything scheduled for this thing. Really, it's not. If anywhere, it would go for nowhere. San Diego, maybe. But there's no, I haven't put any of the regionals in here, so these two literally have no impact on the update today. And for Southwest, I don't think anything's changed for Southwest, but I've never really done much. This one's heading off to, I think this one's heading off to Fort Myers. No. It's Austin. So we have a 1X daily to Baltimore, Atlanta, Orlando, Fort Myers, Austin, Houston, Hobby, Dallas, Love, Fort Lauderdale, and 2X daily to Oakland, sorry, saying that like an idiot. Bellingham, I don't know why I still have that up here. I knew they pulled out of Bellingham, but I thought Bellingham was a cool airport, so I kept that. And then we have Chicago, Midway, Denver, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Honolulu. Honolulu's on the max. And this max down here, believe it or not, this one's heading off, I think, for Phoenix. Do we not have Phoenix for Southwest? Hold on, let me check something. Okay, we do have Phoenix for Southwest. I was about to say something was wrong with me when I made it if I didn't add Phoenix. But this is heading for Phoenix, turning back after a long layover, and then heading out for Honolulu. And then this Alaska Max 8 down here. Hold on. I've already done the Alaska list, but this one, of course, would be heading off for, I think that other one was heading off, if I'm correct, for another airport. But this one's going to be heading off for Portland. And it is Delta 737-900. We haven't done any Delta yet, so let me get my Delta pulled up. We have 2x daily to Atlanta, Salt Lake, Seattle, LA, and Orlando. 1x daily to Las Vegas, Raleigh, Durham, is which seasonal. That's happening right now. New York JFK, Boston seasonal. Maybe coming out of that soon. And Cancun and Mexico City, because Aeromexico has pulled out of the airport. We haven't heard much about them coming back just yet. We might not. But there's days where I just look at the model and I'm like, oh, wow, I was about to put that down. We're not getting their service anymore. So this one's going to be heading off for Cancun. I might have said something different, but this one will be Cancun. And this Spirit right here at the gate is heading to the Big Vegas. And then we'll be flying back, and then we'll be heading off to, is this one, I think, no, because we don't have Chicago, because that's starting. Not yet, though. This one's going to be heading off for, I think Fort Lauderdale is a big short flight for an A320, big flight for an A320neo, but that is fine, and that's how the flight schedule for that is today. We should have more Spirit planes throughout the day, and then we have this JetBlue A321neo down here. This is pushing back for New York JFK right now. Wait, no, hold on. I think JetBlue may have got some new service. So JetBlue has 1x daily to New York and Boston, and then 2x daily for New York and Boston, seasonal for both. 3x weekly for Fort Lauderdale starting September 19th, 2026, and Orlando starting September 19th, 2026. New York EWR starting March 23rd, 2026. So this one will be heading off most likely to Boston because it's a longer flight. And then for the new one, this is our first time having the JetBlue new livery at the airport, so it's pretty exciting to see that. I think they had a lot of plane spotters out here this morning, early, ready for this. This JetBlue A220 is heading off for New York JFK too, and just arrived, and this is a new service that still it's 1x daily, I think, or they may be adding on to it. Most likely, we don't know yet. But this one came in at like 3 in the morning, and this one's gonna be leaving at like 8 or like 7 in the morning. And this JetBlue A220 down here. Hold on. It looks like it's on its tail for a second, but this JetBlue A220, that one was heading off for JFK, so this one's gonna be heading off for JFK too, just about to leave the gate in like 30 minutes, while that one's leaving in like 2 hours. And at the gate here we have United Star Alliance 777. The only problem about this one, if this one appeared, I think this one appeared in the last airport update. That was heading off the taxiway, and they ended up striking, I think, a windsock somehow. Don't know how that happened. Officials say people on the plane, or officials and people on the plane said they turned too early. I think they had a back taxi of the runway, but I don't know how. Because that's not, so something was wrong. That's still under big investigation right now. So they're working on that plane, but there's no evidence that it ran off the runway, which to hit it, it had to run off the runway. All the CCTV, we can't see anything because it's like at 1 in the morning or like 12 at night. So this one's been sitting here. We're about to either ferry it somewhere. I think they're talking about flying it to Coastal Plains Regional. That's the model airport you have not seen yet. That's also another fictional one. But this one's just sitting here right now. Not on ground power or anything, just sitting here, cold and dark. Thank you guys for watching, and another thing I want to say is, hold on. Another thing I want to say here is the model airport on my videos, I want them to become a little bit more popular. So if you'd like to see more of this content, please like and subscribe, or just give a like or a comment. Those would help out a lot, or just a view at least. But I want to keep on making these for you guys, and for other people to see. And just thanks for watching. And if you like the content, like I said, subscribe. Do not if you don't. But we're expecting over 500 or 600 subscribers if things go to plan. So would you like to be one of those? You can subscribe. Thanks for watching.